What's up everybody, Mortag here. So guys, in this video is to talk about the new build that has been released here on the beta, which bring a lot of cool interesting changes. So for example, we have the war mode activated. As you can see here, we have all the PvP talents mode, and in order to activate it you must go to Orgrimmar. But what is more interesting, and the reason why I'm making this video, is because there has been some datamineg text that involved also the Magar Orc scenario. So now we know how the reason behind the orcs from Alternate Draenor decided to join to the Horde. So keep in mind these are spoilers to the story. So if you want to experience it for the first time, please shut down the video right now. So, as I was saying, the story is really interesting and it's probably even better than Worlds of Draenor story. So, it all starts as always in our Horde embassy in Orgrimmar. We need some new allies to recruit for preparing for the war against the Alliance, and Eithric suggests to Sylvanas that the Orcish clan of Draenor have a debt to pay for us. We saved their skin from the Burning Legion, so it's time for them to repay their debt. So with some magical help, we travel back to this alternate Draenor just to discover that it's completely a mess. We get captured by some orcs and they think us as enemy or as spies on something of the Draenei. Yes, because something went really wrong. After the defeat of Archimonde, the Orcish clans and the Draenei worked together in order to reestablish order to Draenor. But instead, what happened is that at some point the Draenei became more fanatics of the light, similar to the Lightforged, but this time they went completely bad. So the current leader, or one of the current leaders of the Orcs, Overlord geya'rah, think us that they are spies, and to prove that we are not, they test us, especially Eithric, asking us what means those banners, which are represented as the crest of the Blackrock, the Warsong and Frostwolf. At this point we are taken to the war chief, Grommash Airscreams, that basically tell us what happened, or what is in this war between Draenei and Orcs that wants to remain free and don't want to be subdued to the light. Because what is happening is the Draenei are forcing to follow the light, even to the Orcs here on Draenor. And what is most terrible is that the one they choose to do not, they want to force them with the force. So basically they told us, okay, we can give a hand, we have a much bigger problem on our own, we can't just go to another war to help you fight your own war. So in order to gain at least some forces, Grommash asked us to go and help geya'rah of defending a village from this lightbound Draenei. While traveling to the zone, we discovered that many things have changed. First, many years have passed. Overlord geya'rah is the daughter of Durotar and Draka. In this timeline, Tra was never born, or we can just say is a female, and she tells us how things happen, that for some times the Draenei and the Orcs have worked together to reestablish the land, but at some point they became more fanatical, and even Grommash's own son chose to follow the Draenei fanatics and choose to be a lightbound. But what is also interesting is that when we defend this village from the Draenei, we also discovered that they are led by an Exarch, and that Exarch is the one that Irea, the same girl that we Alliance helped to fix all the problems that the Draenei had in Draenor, and she was the one telling us that when we need them, they wouldn't be ready for help us. Instead, what she's doing right now is following the Naharut orders similar, and they decided to force everyone to follow the light. And there is some reference to some dialogues about the lines of Xera during the cinematic of with Elena about they will heal our scars, that they are doing this for the greater good. But of course the orcs wants to remain free. Those are their scars. They wants to keep them because it's what war is what makes them. They are not suited for this role, and the Draenei should accept this instead of forcing them to to follow their beliefs. And after we defend this village from the Lightbound and defeating an Exarch, so but we don't know who this Exarch is. It could probably be Akama, or maybe even oh, the others were pretty dead. Well, or was Guy the one of Manatoms? Just give me a check, because it was the Marmor Fanatics. No, not Manatom, sorry. Of Griffs. Maybe Maladar could be the Exar that is assaulting us. After defeating us, then Gromash asked to Geya'rah to follow us to Azeroth with some forces. And when we come back, then there is an interesting dialogue where Geya'rah asks if the worship is still the troll that his mother told her about it, and Atrix just only says, well, it's complicated, let me explain. So I want to spend some extra words about that. Probably, I hope we would like to see something more about Draenor, because I really like how things went, because these tell us that what should have happened if what could happen to character like Turalyon that follows the light no matter why. And it also shows us that probably that the light cannot exist completely alone. It needs the void in order to be them to be balanced, because otherwise this is the result. Neither two sides is completely good or completely bad. They make the things for themselves, they think to be the right force, and in order to do that they don't have problems to force their belief to the people that they are not a threat to them, but they just want to live on the road, because they were rebuilding the planet. They were doing anything bad between each other, but at some point we saw that the lights believe the Naharu ordered the Draenei to wage war against the orcs, and this could be maybe what could happen if there are not wise and smart leader like Valen that understood that they followed the light, but they understood that this is not that the light needs the void in order to be balanced. They don't have to follow it blindly, otherwise the results could be bad. So that's all for today. I hope that I keep I hope to know something more because I want to see what's going to happen next in Draenor. These things make me very intrigued, and this pretty much explain why that new model for Gromar Cycling was datamined so old compared to the fact that we went in Draenor only just by 2 years ago. So that's it. So I want to really know more. They really got me curious about this. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.